Hey, good evening. It is 8 o'clock on the dot. I am on time. Ha ha. Y'all don't talk about me. We know how this usually goes. But I am on time tonight. It's 8:01. Still good. Still good. Still good. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. So you guys know I'm going to get started because let me get my camera up here. Let me get my live going here. I'm going to get started because we are going to have the videos posted. Hey Tanil, the videos will be posted. Hey King, thank you, babe. Hey sis. All right, the videos are going to be posted. You know, they're posted on our YouTube channel and on our Facebook page. But I'm going to get started. You guys can always go back and pick up and catch up. Wow, people are jumping on quick tonight. Thank you. Hey, everybody. Hey. All right, so good evening. Hey, Jillian. So, hey, Mike. Hey, Robert. You know, I like to shout y'all out. Y'all do that favor for me. Hey, Ash, do the favor for me. If you comment, please make sure you put your name first because again, Restream is going to show me Facebook user. It's not going to tell me who is commenting. Oh, you did remember, Jillian. Great. Yeah, it's going to say Facebook user or it's going to say YouTube. So shout your name out because I'm trying to look this way and trying to make sure I'm keeping up with the feed. So shout your name out for me before you make a comment so I can address you properly. I can address you directly. All right. Hey, y'all, what's up? I am Donna. Hey, I'm Donna. Welcome to the Real Life Relationship Growth Experience. I usually say channel or page, but yo, this is an experience. This is our experience. So welcome. I'm glad you guys are here. Um, we've had a week. A week. Yesterday was my birthday. So I am now the big 5'1". Hey Lakeisha, what's up, babe? I am the big 5'1" now. That 50 club is doing well, is working out well. I'm enjoying it. So this is our thing, guys. We know this how this goes. Welcome to our weekly get together, our camper conversation segment. Remember, you don't have to have a camper. You don't have to camp to be a part of this. People ask me that. Do I need a camper or whatever? No. We all should know the backstory by now where the camper conversation came from. If you don't, you can read the history on the page. All right. So we're gonna get going. We're gonna get going to this. Thank you, Mike. Thank you. Um, this is the criteria for you to be a part of this family. All right. This is it. You have to be single, dating, courting, married, divorced, or widower. That is the criteria. If you fall into any of those six categories, thanks, Keish. If you fall into any of those six categories, any of those describe you, this is the place for you. This is the place for you. Real life relationship growth is a place where we are here to nurture and pour into healthy relationships, healthy, growing, developing relationships. That's what this is. I am not a relationship expert. I am just, I am just a black woman in this world doing this thing and enjoying the hell out of it. That is it. That is it. My experiences are mine, but they may be something that can help you. Your experiences are yours, but they may be the experiences that can help others. That's what we're here for. We're here to love on each other and to grow. And y'all know we talk about all types of topics, all types of topics. But before I get into our topic, y'all know I have to do this. Y'all know I have to talk about it and shout it out. What do we have coming up? April the 14th through the 16th. In the A, we are having our very first real life relationship growth fun weekend. Yes, our fun weekend. You have to register. If you have not registered, you have to register. The registration deadline is coming. It is actually in a few days, 5 to be exact. It closes March the 14th. March the 14th is the close of the Real Life Relationship Growth Weekend registration. The link is there where you register. I'm going to put the QR code up, but guess what? It's going to run the entire time at the bottom of the screen because I don't want anyone to miss and I don't want anyone to be able to say they were not able to get information. There it is. It's going to run. I'll take it off a few times so it won't interfere and interrupt. But we're going to have a great weekend. We're going to have a wonderful time together. This is for everybody. If you are mentioned in any of the 6 categories that I said, this is you. We are going to have a marriage reconnection fun night. Friday night, we're going to have a speed dating event for the singles. We're going to have an event in the park, a fun day in the park with music and dancing and games and fun. And that's the singles mixers going on out there. Married folks, we're not forgetting y'all. Y'all come out as well. We're going to have a catered burger bar, all the trimmings, so you get to eat as much as you like. And then, but our main event is Saturday, late morning, early afternoon, 11 a.m. We're doing this right here together live. We're having a forum. Hey, Candy, we're doing this together. Hey, Jaquetta, live. The Camper Conversation in person in living color event. We're gonna have a panel of experts because y'all know I keep saying I'm not a relationship expert. We have some relationship experts who will be on board on that day. We have the fine Rachel and Jimmy Rogers, their group, their podcast, all of that is called Relationship Real Talk. That is their group, Relationship Real Talk. Hey, Llewellyn. Hey, Jaquetta. Relationship Real Talk with Rachel and Jimmy Rogers. They will be on the panel. Yours truly will be on the panel. I'm looking for some single brothers who would like to be on a panel as well. So if you know some professionals, single females, some professionals dealing in relationships, y'all hit me up, let me know. Because we have not, because we asked not. I'm going to tell y'all in a minute what that means because I asked today and it was granted in a superb way. I'm going to tell y'all in a minute. If y'all saw the post on Facebook, y'all already know what's about to happen. So, but we're going to get into this thing. But please go and register. The link is there. Let's put this here. All right, there it is. It's running. It's running. It is moving. Let's move that. The link will be running. Go and register, please. Go and register. Now, yesterday I've been asking all last week. All I want for my birthday is for y'all to register and come and have a good time together. Y'all know me. I love having a good time. That's all I asked. That's my gift from you all. That's what I want. Just because my birthday was yesterday does not mean gift giving is over. Because at this point, this time in age, I celebrate the whole month of month of March, to be honest. So, hey, there we go. Hey, Nick, my nephew, my brother, my sister, thank you for the family support. All right, y'all, we're going to get started. We're going to get started with our topic. Spread the word about the Real Life Relationship Growth Weekend. I need y'all to be there. We're going to have a great time. All right. So our topic tonight, where is our topic? Our topic tonight, you all, is bam, for the love of money. For the love of money. Now, y'all know me by now. I will put a topic up and it will not necessarily be what you're thinking it is. But we're going to hit this one. We're going to hit this one heavy, for the love of money. Speaking of topics, please, guys, continue to send me your topics. We have so many that we can get on and we're going to hit and we're going to get into. Hey, Alicia. But ladies, when y'all say the men don't communicate, the men don't talk, the men don't say a lot, That is not the case here because they are beating y'all hands down. When I say I get topics from the brothers, inbox, text, some of them are posted onto the page. Continue to post on the page, please. They're posted on the page and we get into this thing. So if you think that the men don't really care and they don't really talk and don't want to communicate, they find ways. And I'm thankful that this is an avenue for it. So I'm going to tell y'all the majority of our topics are coming from the men. Ladies, if y'all trying to position yourself, this is the place to position yourselves. All right? A man who finds a wife. Listen, I'm gonna be at the weddings. Y'all playing. I'm be up front sitting next to mama and them. I'm on the family side. All right? All right, y'all. So here we go. For the love of money. So today I put up a post and I asked, um, kind of paraphrasing, about someone who's in finance. Because listen, y'all already know if I don't have it, if I don't know it, I'm going to find it. I'm going to find a way to find it and bring it and use it to the best of our ability. That's what I'm going to do. So I put up a post that I needed someone that deals in finance. I needed their help. One of my old daycare parents, my old family members, because once you come to Donna's Love and Care, you family. That's it. It's a wrap. You family. So one of my old daycare parents who follows the page as part of this family, she tagged a young lady. Let me turn my ringer off. Sorry. She tagged a young lady and pretty much like, this your thing. This your thing. So I saw it. Hey, Uncle David. I saw it and I immediately sent out a message. Hey, let's exchange numbers. Let me call you. Call whatever. We called. I talked to her today, and let me just do this. I'm gonna put up this young lady's picture. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. Hello, hello, everybody. This is Miss Brooke Grossmann. This is Miss Brooke Grossmann. So, Miss Brooke, I'm gonna read Brooke's bio real quick, okay? All right. So tonight, my co-host, my honored guest, is featuring Miss Brooke Grossmann. She's an accredited financial counselor and owner of For the Love of Funds LLC. Let me pause for a minute. Let me tell y'all why that's so funny. Not funny, but funny. The topic tonight is for the love of money. That came to me this morning. There was a thought that came to me, and finances hit me hard this morning. That was the subject matter. Sorry, I didn't pick one of y'all topics. This is my brainchild. I came with this one. We good. And I thought, what could the topic be today? For the love of money is the topic that came to my mind. Did y'all just hear what I said? What Miss Brooks' company is called? She is the owner. She's an accredited financial counselor and owner of For the Love of Funds LLC. She's a B More. She's from B More, Baltimore native, and she is a U.S. Marine spouse of 16 years, living in Albany, Georgia. Simplify with her two daughters. Her expertise is in the foundations of budgeting and personal finance for individuals and couples. Come on, Brooke. She knows there is more to just the numbers when it comes to your bottom line. She can be reached via email. That's going to be posted. I'm going to put up her information, her Facebook, where she can be reached. So, you all, to not continue to belabor, we gonna bring Miss Brooke on. Miss Brooke is our honored guest this evening. Hey, Miss Brooke.
Hey there. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Thank you for having me on tonight. I'm excited. I know when Tavia tagged me this morning, it kind of threw me off. I was like, okay, I'll do it. And it just worked out perfect with the topic tonight. And with the For the Love of Funds, when I came up with that name, I was also in another business of helping couples in the bedroom. So I was trying to combine them at the same time. I like doing that and the relationship aspect, but I've got the personal finance thing going. So it worked out perfect.
Man, listen. When I say on one accord, like, listen, on one accord means has so many different aspects to it. And when I started talking to Brooke, I wanted to throw my phone to be honest, but I had to keep talking on it. Because I was like, man, Tavia, kudos to you, my dear, for the introduction. We appreciate it. She's on. I don't know if you can see her, Brooke, but she's on.
I know.
Um,
She
yeah, she's on the live. Um Everyone is saying welcome. Brooke, are you able to see?
I
Okay.
can see on my side different people posting. It is that Facebook user thing, so I won't be able to see your name if you're shouting out anything, but I can still see you there. So I'm excited to share some information out there.
Yeah.
Where should we start? Because that's the other part. It's like you've got a lot of different people that we want to reach and try to make sure they know everything. Where should we start?
Okay, here we go. This is where we're starting because y'all know how we do this thing. This is Brooke is our guest tonight, but this is also her first time joining us on a live. So you all that have been here already, y'all kind of know how we flow with this thing, right? But I want to start in the area of single people. I
Okay.
want to start in the area of single people and their finances.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if y'all heard Brooke say it, but I'm gonna repeat it. Brooke dealt with relationships with couples. Man. Okay, all right. I'm excited, so let me calm down. But we're
All right.
gonna start with the single people. Finances. And this is not my area of expertise, of course, which is why Miss Brooke is here. But we all deal with finances on a daily basis.
Yep.
We're raised in different ways. We're shown in different ways how to deal with finances. And there is no shade to my parents, and they understand and know. But my siblings and I weren't given the best tools to learn how to deal with finances
Mm-hmm.
coming up. And again, no shade to my parents because we live what we learn. So
Mm-hmm.
their experiences with finances is what they did, is what they learned to do. So as a single mother for a while,
Yep.
because my oldest Rajan, when he was born, his dad and I were both in well, his dad was in the military, and then we got married, and I went into the military, and we were all together like that. But the way we dealt with our finances were very different.
Mm-hmm.
And as a young mother, I had to quickly learn how to be financially responsible and um how to have um positive outcomes to how I'm spending money and dealing. And now it's not just me, it's the little person looking at me,
Yep.
wanting and needing. So I had to learn to take care of that. So, Brooke, I want to kind of start with our single people in the importance of what financial stability looks like there. And then we're going to lead on into that couple
Yeah.
things.
I was writing it down kind of. I was thinking of going from single to dating to married to even talking about divorce and like making it work. I think sometimes when you're starting out as a single person, whether you're young, whether you've been in a relationship before, sometimes you actually have to make sure your foundation is pretty good. You want to make sure that if you want to have a large life of spending, then you need to have the income come in with it too. Um,
Mhm.
and it's really about making sure you're mindful spending and enjoying your money too. I think sometimes people, when I talk about budgets a lot, they think they're constrained about being stuck on something. But a lot of times when you're a single person, you're only taking care of you, so you got to make sure you have some fun with it too. You're not
Right.
locked down to say you can't do this, you can't do that. It's your budget or your spending plan. Do what you want to do with it. And going back with like childhood stuff, I understand that too. The tools that you're given is where you kind of start out with and try to make those decisions responsible. Um, some people start out working. I know for myself, I started working when I was 14. So
Mm.
I lived on my own when I was 17. So the ideas of, hey, this is how money works. I'm going in, I'm going to go to work, and I'm going to pay the bills.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where you start out financially. And when the single world is really figure out what income you have coming in, figure out what expenses you're putting out there. Um, and it's tough because some people don't even think about how aspect's going to change when you go into dating, because then you're going to start having a little budget line. I had a client that I was working with. I think he's actually up there in Atlanta, and he was like, "Yeah, I have a line where we have $200 to go into dating." I was like, "Okay, well that's good." Like,
Mm-hmm.
because he's not married, he's like, "I got a line for this and a line for that." That's what you need to do, is make sure you're putting it out there of having all your ducks in a row. Does that
Mm-hmm.
help? Is that a good direction you want to go with?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
So
yeah. Having those ducks in a row. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. That's definitely a good direction. Cause like you were saying, um, when you go into it, you're single first, and then you go into, being with someone else. Now you have to look at how they deal with finances and what works. But being secure, mature, and focused, and all of those things as a single person with your money,
yep,
is important, because everything you have, you're going to take into this relationship.
yep.
Everything you have, you're going to take into this relationship. And we don't want to always focus on going into a relationship, because real life relationship growth is about all types of relationships.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah. That relationship with your children, the relationship if you're single and you have children, the
Yep.
relationship with your siblings. Because say our parents pass on and they leave um they leave money and property and things to us, and now we have to break this thing up. And we don't want the one that's just crazy with the money, doing and just blowing it. We
Yep.
just have to be financially secure and smart getting started. And I realized that, I read somewhere, and tell me how accurate you think this is, Brooke. I read somewhere that 78% of the population is living from paycheck to paycheck. Like, they're like one check away from being homeless.
Yep. No, it's accurate.
Have you
And
heard that?
honestly, we're seeing it more now. There was a study I was listening to recently, since the pandemic, when that all hit, and all the different monies that were coming out of, like all the stimulus packages. People are actually starting to feel the repercussions of having that extra money that they were just kind of like, "Oh, I got extra money. I'm going to go blow it here or go blow it there," versus stashing it
Mm,
away for a rainy day. Because that's the other part. A lot of people don't think of those emergency plans. And as a single person, you don't have any other backup. You're like, it's just me. So who's going to take care of me?
right.
And you got to make sure you're taking care of you. Number one is always take care of your stuff first before trying to take care of somebody else's. I think that's something I deal with a lot, and with service members, is they're always looking at having their income, it's constant, and they're trying to take care of family. So just remember, take care of your walls first. Make sure you are solid. Make sure
Mm,
you have everything that's foundation to know you have money in a savings account if there's a rainy day. So that'd be
yeah,
something I would
that's
do.
good.
And with the idea of, if you have an inheritance, like, keep that in mind. If you do have an inheritance, you know that money's going to come down to you, and you are a single person, maybe you need to stash some money away, kind of to where that plan is there for you for later. Um, Retirement is something that is always there too, as a single person and, well, married. A lot of times, I guess I'll kind of encompass this way: personal finance is always going to be personal, no matter what your situation is.
Mm-hmm.
It's all dependent on you and what's going on for your lifestyle.
Right.
Somebody else's situation is not going to be the same one as the next one. So it's not. Don't take as what you've got going on is going to be the same thing for somebody else. So, and I see the question about, should you be financially stable before getting into a relationship? I think so, because it also
Uh-huh.
gets you prepared to make sure that you're stable and you're ready to go into that relationship. Because a lot of times we get into relationships and we're not expecting everything that comes with the other baggage that they come with too.
Right.
So
Right.
you
Ooh, that's a good one. Let's hit that, because
that
um ooh, mercy.
I, I'll, I'll
Being
confess.
financially stable. Sorry, go ahead.
So no, I was going to confess. As far as so, me and my husband got together when I was about 19, 20. I didn't have this like somebody with a credit card. I didn't have good credit at that time. I didn't have any
Yeah,
credit.
yeah,
I remember I had an 18% interest rate for my car loan. So I was paying $425 for per month for what was it? A Cobalt, 2006 Cobalt. And talking about being financially stable. I'm coming at you and being real. Like this is true.
yeah. That's right.
Um, I walked. He's like, "Oh, that's how much you're paying." I'm like, "Yeah, why? Is it something wrong?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's really wrong." So, because I was single, didn't know any better, and didn't have that education from passing down, I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay." So he helped me out when we got married. It's like, oh, became his loan because he got a better interest rate.
There you go. There you go.
But
So
yeah, so
the question of should you be financially stable before getting into a relationship? th- I really feel like, of course, we're all going to say yes. You should
yeah,
be. You definitely should be. But in reality, that's not always realistic.
yeah,
Like someone being financially stable could come. It can look different. To be
yes.
honest, it can look different.
That's
Um,
that's the key thing is what I guess when you're a single person and if you are getting into dating, you want to figure out what stability looks like to you and in
right.
your situation. Does it mean that somebody is stable and has $1,000 saved up and they have no debts? Or does that mean, hey, you can have a car loan like I did and still have income? Like
Right.
what's stability look
I
like
can
to you?
pay my note. It doesn't
Right.
mean it's not late. That's financial
Yeah.
stability to some people. So I definitely agree. But these are conversations to be had because we're gonna plug that in. You have to have these conversations. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know why money, because we all love it, we all want it, we all need it.
Yeah.
But it's conversation to see have. Like somebody owe you some money. Sometimes, depending on who it is,
Yeah.
it's hard to be like, can I get that 20 back? Like,
You'll
sometimes you
understand.
just find ways. Right, right. So having those uncomfortable conversations can lead, help avoid, excuse me, can help
Yeah.
avoid issues and problems in the long run. Now, Brooke, if you see me laughing or kind of snickering when you're talking, please excuse me. My brother has no sense, so he gonna put up stupid stuff to make me laugh.
It's okay.
He
I can see some of them.
said,
And
I
you
got
know what?
$10 the next month.
Well, I had a feeling. I'm like, is that one of them?
Yeah, yeah. But
The sad part is, I actually have some clients that run into that too.
I was getting ready to say that's real talk.
No, it's straight up like, hey, I'm not here to judge you. It's like when I do financial
Right,
counseling, I'm not here to judge you. I'm trying to help you. What do you want me to
right.
do? You can only tell me what I can do, and then I got to figure out some other things for you. So
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, that's
and
real talk. Because if you only have $10, and we've all been there, at
yeah,
least the majority of us, if you only have $10 to that next payday, or that you got to learn how to deal with that $10.
yeah,
You know how to kind of better put yourself. But something I always taught my kids, and my children are 31 and 25, and then I have a 14-year-old floating around my house now. Um, but you know, you got to put aside when you made a good point. Take care of yourself first,
hmm
and this is when selfishness is okay. Like
right.
you
It,
make sure because you can't help anybody else if we can't be struggling together. I keep loaning you, you loaning me, and loaning you, and you know. So I try to teach them before my daughter went off to college. Her dad and I made sure she got a credit card,
hmm
and because you have to spend money to make money, you have to establish.
Yep.
Uh, you have to establish. So she got a credit card, and we told her this card is for um when you go to Walmart and get your toiletries and your laundry detergent, and it's to pay your things the same money that you would swipe your debit card for.
hmm
swipe that credit card, take that money because it's your cash, that debit, and pay your card off,
Yeah.
which helps you establish and say, I don't know some, know some, know some.
Yeah, no.
Good.
And my key thing, though, when I say that, because I'm not an anti-credit card person. I have credit cards too. I use them for purposes for certain things. The
Mm-hmm.
main thing is, if you know you are somebody that cannot responsibly do that,
That's right.
please do not do that.
That's right.
If you know you can't do it and you're just like swiping away just because you're like, oh, I know money's there. Don't tell me I got $20 left on my account. No, you don't have $20 left on your account. You ain't got nothing. Like,
Right. Yeah.
just make sure you are doing that smartly. That's all my key thing is.
Yeah. Being smart about it. Being smart about it. Yeah, I understand. I get that. Let's see. Is there a way not to argue about money in your relationship?
So I'm going to kind of go two different ways with this, I guess, or maybe one. I don't know. So I guess the main question is this: when you are figuring out about how to not argue about your money in your relationship, you got to look at it this way. If you are married, I'm going to always recommend to you to have a joint account. That's unless there's some extreme circumstances where you have somebody in your relationship that's a really extreme spender that takes you into the negative. Okay.
Hmm.
And if you're the complete opposite with a saver, the reason why I say that is to not argue about money in your relationship. You got to have that same goals together. I mean, it's kind of being as a single person. What goals do you have in life? What
Mm-hmm.
goals do you have together as a couple? Because if you're not on that same page as your goals of saying, we're going to go to a vacation. I can use my clients, things that I've ran into. I had a guy that I was counseling last week. Him and his wife have been together for 10 years, married for 3. They have a little girl. And he was telling me, he's like, I'm a little bit stressed out. I'm like, okay, explain to me what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that his wife wanted to go to Bermuda on a trip. And he's like, I don't think I can want to go. And he's a
Mm-hmm.
service member too. So he's like, I haven't even put in leave for it. I was like, what do you want to do? Speak up about it. And it's like, it also goes with understanding your upbringing and understanding of who you want to be dating's upbringing too, of what those expectations are. You know, what are you getting into in this relationship? Is it somebody coming from a wealthy background, or are you coming from a not so much of a wealthy background? What's that background for you? So you're communicating it, and not to argue about it in your relationship too. If you both understand where you're standing and how your attitudes are about money, I think that's helpful for you. Sometimes it's just really combining it together. And that's why I mentioned about the joint account. It's seeing everything all at once. There is a thing out there called financial infidelity. So if you're not open and honest of what's going
Hmm.
on, then you might have a little bit of issues going on. Sometimes that might be where my job is to say, hey, you need to go talk to a marriage counselor, work on your communication skills a little bit better than worrying about money.
Yeah.
Because the money might look like the source of issue, but really it's other things.
Come on. Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
That
and
makes
that
sense.
something also which you can do too, as far as not arguing about it, is create yourself 2 little budgets on side by side. You do one, your spouse does another. And when you do that, you can actually write down what you think realistically groceries. I'm going to use that for instance. I don't know how much eggs are up in Atlanta, but I know they've been crazy everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but you don't realize with how much you're spending in food. So if you're arguing about, well, why did you spend this much here? I don't know. Why'd you spend this much there? You're also
Right.
not putting points against each other too. That's something
Mm.
that's really important. Don't say
Mm.
I'm going to spend $100 because you spent $100 there. Like,
Oh,
no, there's
good
no game in
pushback.
that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not, you're either on the same page or you're not on the same page, and you got to figure out how to get there. Not
Right.
That's another valuable point to bring up. Have an agreement with your spouse too on how much you can actually spend, and without having a discussion. I think we don't really talk about it anymore. I'm the financial one out of the two of us. Okay, he's always asking me,
Mm-hmm.
"Hey, can I get this?" I'm like, maybe. But we have those agreements of like, if it's over $100, if we need to talk about it, just say, hey,
Yeah.
I want to buy this, and this is why I want to do it. And you have that conversation together. That's your threshold. When this is how much you're going to spend, and when you want to spend that much, you got to talk to me first, just so
Yeah.
we both know. $10
Yeah.
here, $10 there. That's a whole different story. That's how much
Right.
dinner is going to be, or a quick lunch.
Right,
So that
right.
might be helpful.
So let me say
And
something real quick on that point. Sorry, Brooke. Let me say something real. So, because I can hear the wheels, and I can hear the mumbling and the grumbling going on. Because there's some people that's like, he's not gonna tell me how to spend my money, and
mm,
she's not gonna tell me how to spend my money.
yeah.
Like I make this, I work just like he does, or I work just like she does.
Mhm.
So go ahead and speak on that, Miss Brooke.
I know this very well, and it kind of comes from that independent mentality,
Mm-hmm.
of where some people then when they know that they've been taking care of things, single moms and single dads, it that's the mentality. I've been taking care of this all this time, and now you're gonna try to have your input on what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to work that way. It's not going to do it that way when you're in a relationship. Um, so keep that in mind, and you got to have that respect for each other too. If you're going to
Yep.
have that
There it is.
commonality, because somebody said about the household expenses, if you know that you're butting heads about how much somebody's spending, and you don't really want to know what they're spending it on,
Mm-hmm.
joint account for the household expenses is perfect because then you
Yeah.
both can put into it, but then you both have separate fun accounts that you just spend
Right.
on whatever you want to. And you don't have somebody saying, hey, well, why are you buying this? Why are you buying that? Especially if that is the attitude and mentality you have.
Yeah. I like that idea. I like that idea. But you said the perfect word. It's about respect. Has
Mm-hmm.
nothing to do with me trying to control you or you trying to
Nope.
control me. It's about us having respect for one another and knowing that we're on the same team. Because if my boat sinks and you over here rowing past me or you rowing over here and you like, I'm good, we're not on the same team.
Nope.
That's not a team. You go do your thing and I just go do my thing. We'll part ways because
Yep.
you know. But if we're in this effort together and mine starts to sinking, then I should trust you to be able to say, "Come on over in my boat. We good. We had two boats, but we good. We trying to get here." So
Yeah.
respect. That word stood out to me when you said that. It's not about me controlling what you have. I
Mm-hmm.
love the idea and the concept of before I spend whatever we agreed upon, before I go out and spend that type of money, I'm going to give a call or he's going to give a call and we're going to say, hey, just want to let you know this, and we make a decision on it. And then
Yep.
that decision has to be respected. Because what if that brother says no? Or what if she says no?
Mm-hmm.
But if we have a foundation right there already, we're going to understand what that no means, and we're
Yeah.
not going, we're not going to buck the process. We're not going to buck the process anyway. Let me see. I want to get these comments. Should you know someone's financial status before seriously dating, i.e., credit score, old
Ah,
IRS? Woo! Let me get this one for a second, Brooke.
good, because there's a lot there to unpack right there.
There's a lot to unpack right there. So Brooke, my people know, my family know this is all in love because there's nothing new under the sun. Um, I don't mind sharing certain aspects of things that have happened because that's what we're here for. That's what this
Mm-hmm.
family is here for. We're gonna have to share some things to get through some things, right? So for those who are close enough that knows, and everyone that knows, my last relationship, there was a financial mismatch. And with the financial mix match, however we gonna say that, it ended up coming out that there were some things that I didn't know about his finances that I thought I knew, but I did not.
Mm-hmm.
And praise God, there were some things I did before. I did a prenup. We did a prenup because I have a business, he had a business, and my thought process was I want to sustain that because that was developed before you. Anything we do moving forward is a joint thing. If
Mm-hmm.
we open another business, if there's another business to be open, we're going to do that together. um, that was my take on the thing. Never went into feeling like I can't trust him, this is why I'm securing this part. That wasn't my thought at all. But with some counseling from another area, thing, I made the decision, hey, let's do a prenup.
Mm-hmm.
We did the prenup, And to me, I thought we were good. I thought it was okay. But he had an issue with the prenup. But he did it anyway. He had an issue with it. He did it. But what I was saying to go toward this question, there were some financial things I did not know. And when someone is just dishonest with you, you just don't know. But
Mhm.
my answer to this question, or my thought to this, would be it is very important to know someone's financial status before you jump the to the next level in the relationship,
Mhm.
um, going more to a more serious position in place. So, because again, just like we discuss um, children, maybe for example, and
Mhm.
we learn how each other deals with disciplining and things like that. Finances is in the same boat as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
It's really, really important. Let me let you jump on that, Brooke.
I think I think that goes back to something that we haven't, as a society, haven't been doing as much as we should. As people jump into relationships so fast, they're like, "Oh, let's go ahead and get married, get done." I'm guilty of it. We had to learn things about each other,
Yeah,
but before getting into serious dating, keep date or yeah, serious dating. Go from those stages before you seriously are dating, and like, okay, we can before combining finances. You kind of want to, hey, what's an idea of what your credit score is? Just have it as a conversation. Don't think it as a judging thing, but it's
right.
kind of like you got. It's not evaluating your love level, I guess you want
Hmm.
to say,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
also to see if somebody's credit score is really low and yours is really high, know that when you are going to make important decisions like buying a house, car loans, or
You're gonna
even
carry the weight of that.
sometimes rental anymore, that you understand and know that that's there, and it creates that trust too, that I can say I can come to you with my low credit score and you're still going to love me,
Hmm.
and it, and be okay with it, and just
Right.
understand I want you to help me through it, like love me through
Right.
it, help me through it. So,
Yeah.
and yeah, if they owe the IRS, you kind of want to know that, because if you could, I've never heard of somebody, the IRS coming to your door, but if you have them coming up, they be like, no, 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 what you here for? What can I help you? You
He
kind of
got a
want to
what?
know those things ahead of time,
He's in the red for child support.
right? For a child I didn't know about, who is this?
I'm sorry, Brooke. That was my situation.
Okay, see, I know it.
This brother was
You
in the
don't
red for child support. I'm like, Lord, y'all, what?
you
Come
don't want
on
those
now.
surprises.
Okay.
So before you're what I guess that's too where you got to consider what's
Woo.
seriously dating. What level are you getting to? Seriously dating? Are you trying to be living together, or are you just saying, all right, we're at the 6 month mark. We should be
Right.
seriously dating by now.
Right. Right.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I do agree. I think it's part of that conversation that you're just having while you're saying, hey, what's your situation look like? These are my goals. Going back to being that single thing of these are my
Mm.
goals in life. I want to own a business. I want to do for me, I want to do financial counseling. I don't know what he wants to do, but
Right. Right.
things like that of what you want to share with a partner. That's why you
Right.
have them.
And
It's a,
it's only fair. Give people, be honest,
mm-hmm.
give people the information and give them an opportunity to decide what they want to do with it.
Yep.
Like you said, two levels of credit scores. Just because yours is way up here and mine is down here, hey, let's look at why mine is down here and how it got there and what stipulations there are. And am I paying my bills on time to make sure, because medical bills are a beast. Like,
Yeah.
man,
Was
like, what's the reason why it's so low? And
right.
and what are you doing to keep yours so high? Like, help us out or help a brother out. Let's do this thing.
And I think that goes back to me with my thoughts on like childhood stuff. When you didn't know any better, how can they blame you if you didn't know any better? Like what lessons did you learn that I didn't learn? Grow
Yeah,
from each other. You're there as a team. If you're dating somebody, you expect to kind of be with them for a while. If you don't
right,
expect to be with them for a while, you might want to say, "Hey, we're just here to have fun." Like
right, right. I don't
being
need you
straight up
knowing
with
my
it.
stories.
Yep.
It's your business. But that's the level. That's the level y'all deciding to be on. But the question said before you get, serious before seriously dating, should you have that conversation? And I think that's a yes. If you just say yes, raise your hand, everybody. Yes, okay. We all good. We are
Yeah,
yes. We are yes. So Miss Aretha
absolutely.
said we have one joint account for the house for household expenses that we contribute monthly. After
Hmm.
that, we spend how we want unless we are buying a major item. Love it.
Yep.
Love it.
And that's the
Mm-hmm.
perfect way to do it. And that's the other thing too of when say there is people that have where her income is a lot more than his income. Like understand how that balance works too, because there is that thing of where women are making more money, it might make the man feel a little bit under and
Lord,
behind.
Lord,
And make
Lord.
sure you are working with him to not have him feel like he's not a man. Like it's there.
Oh, look
It
at that, Brooke.
happens.
We hit the difficult stuff here. This is what we do. Brooke said, ladies, if you are here financially and your man is here financially, are you making him feel less than because you are more you have a stronger income than he does? Ladies, we're gonna give somebody a minute to type in on that. I want y'all to tap in on that. Brothers, y'all can tap in on that too. Y'all can tap in on that too. Because
Yeah.
one thing I've learned, and one thing I always express here in this group, that when we talk about the differences with men and women,
Hmm.
men require respect. That's how they
Hmm.
see love. That's how they are loved. If you respect that man,
Yep.
that's how he feels loved. Hey, Aunt Charlene, my aunt just popped on. That's how he feels loved, showing him respect. So
Hmm.
whether you are rocking a Fortune 500 company and he's a sanitation worker,
Hmm.
he should have that same respect in the house as your husband. Because you said yes,
Yep.
husband. He bans the he should have that he should get that respect regardless.
Hmm.
So we have to be careful of not making the man feel less than because we are in a different place um financially than he is. Hey, Aunt Charlene. Candy, what's up, girl? Yes. Yeah. So ladies, we have to consider that and think about that. And honestly, Brooke, that has really been my situation. Like God has blessed, and I so appreciate Him. He has blessed and allowed my daycare center to do well,
Hmm.
even through the pandemic. Because let's be real, the state wants to make sure they wanted to make sure that we're in place because y'all had to go back to work.
Yep.
So there were grants and things that were allotted to us that was very, very helpful.
Hmm.
So it allowed me to stay above board and but that has kind of been my situation. I've always been financially in a better situation than the gentleman that I was dating. And we're gonna pull this out because this is another part of it too, because it's what we do. So the question was asked of me. The question was asked would I date someone? No, the question it was an ask tell. I
Okay.
call these ask tells. I'm asking you, but I'm really telling you. So I call ask tell. So I got to ask tell. And the brother said to me, I think you, or don't you think you should be dating men who are financially have the same caliber, same place as you? And my true honest answer I said to that was, well, to be honest, um, I guess where I am geographically
Hmm.
in the area that I live in or whatever, that's not an option necessarily. But my explanation to him went like this. I'm like, that for me, that's not a necessary thing.
Hmm.
As long as we respect one another and he's doing his part and I'm doing my part,
Hmm.
we're on the same team. We're on the same team. So
Yep.
I shouldn't make him feel any less than because my zeros go further than his. That shouldn't happen. That doesn't matter to me. That
Right.
doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is if you're trying to take from me, excuse me, you're trying to take from me and we don't have this nice little budget plan going on and we're not sticking to it,
Hmm.
and well, you have more than I do, so why don't you go ahead and pay for that? Team. Yeah,
That's where's that coming from?
girl. So, so but a good point. A good point. I kind of elaborated on it, but a good point. We cannot make our significant other feel less than
Mm-hmm.
because they're in a different financial bracket than we are.
Yep.
That that just breaks things down. It just breaks things down. You got anything else, Brooke?
I guess I'll go on the flip side and make sure, as far as if you are how am I trying to say it? The male in the relationship, right? You got a
Hmm.
stay-at-home mom. Make sure you're making sure
Ooh,
she's feeling that worth too, because sometimes I've been there myself as a stay-at-home mom, where it's like I need to be contributing. I was independent before. I wasn't home all the time. Make sure she still feels that self-worth too, to where she doesn't feel like she's taken just from you.
yeah,
As the male making all the money, there was an agreement that if that was the agreement to where you stay home with the kids, there should be that respect of, hey, I know you do a lot. What can I do to help you? Like,
that's a
what's
good
gonna make
point.
you feel good? Because it's that flip side of how the role reversal can be if you're not taking care of each other.
Yeah,
Um, so I think that's just an important element I want to add in there, because it
yeah,
is just because
very.
somebody's making more than you doesn't mean you have to love them any less, but it's still an important conversation to have. So you can make those goals together and you can figure out what the rest of your life looks like.
That's right. That's right. Very, very good point. Because we always see it on the other side. It tends to weigh heavier on, don't make the man feel this way or look that way. And I'm glad you said that because there are some stay-at-home moms who aren't bringing in the income,
Mm-hmm.
if anything at all. If anything at all. But make that queen, make sure she knows she's your queen. Let that
Yep.
queen know that that's her castle, regardless of what, because it's a team effort,
Yep.
teamwork. It's a team effort.
Yep. Everyone
Everyone
has
has
a
a
part
part.
to play. Yeah.
Yep, yep.
They do.
Everyone has a part to play. Yeah, that's definitely so.
I know we've kind
All
of
right.
switched through all these different uh from being single to dating to married. It's kind of it all combines together. As far as you got to make sure you're solid individually so you can be solid as a couple. I think that's always the key thing. If you can't, if you know you're not solid as an individual, you might want to not really be in a relationship unless you're already there and then you're just working through it.
Right, right. There's two aspects to it. Yeah, you're single and you're trying to go into something and you don't have your stuff together.
Yep.
Because let's talk about the self the self-worth and that part of you that doesn't feel like, what, you just dragging all the components down. Like, I'm trying to have this relationship, but yet I'm not even stable here, whether it's mentally,
Yep.
emotionally, financially. We have to hit all. We can't be selfish and be like, I just want what I want and I just want to be with somebody. And we have to come solid. This is about taking care of each other, real
Mhm.
life, real relationships, and growing. It's about taking care of one another. You can't grow if you're not watering anything, if you're
Yep.
not coming in with some positive. And just because there's an argument about finances or there's a disagreement or you look different, like anything else, talk through that thing
Yep.
and
The
figure out,
communication.
and go see Brooke.
I,
Go
I'll
put the
walk you through it.
information up.
Yeah, don't no pointing fingers. Don't be taking tally marks on anything.
That's
Um,
right.
it yeah, make sure it works. And here, I'm gonna add this in here of a book that I love. It's something that I like, and it makes sense in money too.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever heard of the five love languages?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yeah.
I think it makes sense in money because you've got words of affirmation, the quality time. What else is it? Acts of service, gifts,
Mm-hmm.
and what's the last one? Oh, touch. The
Physical
reason
touch.
why I bring
Yeah.
that up in money is because, especially in the gifts world, if you
Mm-hmm.
are somebody that likes giving gifts all the time and that's not something that your partner likes, that might be a little bit tough. But it's
Correct.
also on the flip side, if you know you are the one that likes receiving gifts, you might want to put that out there to say, hey, I have an expectation to feel that I'm loved. And if you put it out there and you know what your love language is, then you can make it work. You can make
Mm-hmm.
it being that respectable and communication already open, and there's that expectation that's already there and they know it. I
Most
think that's the
definitely.
key thing. So let's
Most
see. I see somebody else. When you say the DMV area, are you meaning the Delaware, Maryland, Virginia area? Because that's what I recognize for the DMV. You gotta
yeah.
tell me if I'm wrong.
So yeah, that's where you are, right?
For your user, I say Facebook user.
Yeah,
So
that's Lakeisha. So where you live demographically plays a big part in the attitude. That
yeah,
is one
oh
thing I
yeah,
don't like about the DMV area. We have these conversations about how hooked on what? I'm sorry. Conversations about how hooked on what do you do? Being hooked on asking somebody what do you do?
yeah.
Everyone doesn't make six figures, and making six figures doesn't make you automatically a good partner or mate. It sure does not.
No, and that's where that change in that conversation too. When you are in a part of an area, that's part of your conversation to start talking to people. Oh, what do you do for a living? Maybe change it. What are you excited about today?
Right.
Like,
That's
change
good.
it up. What are you
That's
excited about
good.
today? What are you doing? What lessons did you learn in life? Kind of dig deep and don't be afraid because when you start talking about what people are living, hey, you could be talking to somebody that's a janitor, for instance, and for all you know, they've been there for a couple years and they actually making 80 grand.
Right.
You
Right.
don't know.
They run the bathrooms at the school. You just what?
Yeah,
You don't
you don't
know.
know what school they're
That,
at.
that's a really good point. Just start asking somebody, "What do you do?" I have been guilty of that, and it kind of feels like that's what you're supposed to say to try to find out about people. But I love what you said about asking them. Like, what are your plans, or your dreams, your aspiration? What are your goals,
Yeah.
stuff like that, and that'll really kind of lead into what they do.
Yep.
Because if people have plans and goals, that means they're doing something to get to that point. If they're saying it, they're doing something to get to that point. So it's going to kind of lead into what they do. Lakeisha, that was a good point.
Yeah.
That was a good point. Kind of leads into what they do.
Yeah.
All right,
More
y'all.
than who you are. So definitely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And believe me, I know that area. Living in the South, I'm saying I know there's a difference. I'm happy to be on the East Coast because we are straight to the point, but also
Yeah.
up
Yeah.
there in the DC area and Maryland, I know we don't have time for sugarcoat. We're like, all right, give me the deal. What's it?
Yeah.
What you
Yeah.
got?
That dynamic is different. I get it. I get
Yeah,
it. Yeah. The dynamic is different. Mm-hmm. I totally get it. I totally get it. All right, Miss Brooke, I want to say thank you so much.
you're
I put
welcome.
your information in the feed. If you guys want to get in touch with Miss Brooke, her information is there. Y'all can reach out to her. If you need some financial advice, some financial counseling, whether single or married,
Yep,
she's there to provide that service. Brooke, this is the beginning of a long relationship.
absolutely. I'm
I,
excited.
I, yeah, I'm so happy we were introduced today. I am thankful for you. Thank you as being a military vet and a brat. Tell your hubby thank you for his service. Simplify. I get it. Okay. Okay. All army. We were all army. Who? But he all right. He's okay.
I'm still
Okay.
learning soldier language.
Are you still learning?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
I'm working with some soldiers right now, so I'm trying to like make sure I'm speaking the same thing, and they're like telling me they're going green to gold, and I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Whoa, that's right, Aunt Charlene. Whoa, that's my Aunt Charlene. She was army. We were all army. So whoa, when you hear whoa, that's pretty much that army.
Yep.
Um, yeah, it's pretty much that army. So we are going to end this. It is 9 o'clock on the dot. Again, thank you so much, Miss Brooke. I appreciate it. I'm gonna call you when we hang up. You guys say bye to Miss Brooke.
Bye.
All right. I appreciate you, Brooke. I'll give you a call.
All right, sounds good.
Okay. All right, y'all. So I'm going to wrap this thing up. Again, you see it running across the bottom. The Real Life Relationship Growth Weekend coming April 14th through the 16th. In the A, you have to go to the link to register. We will not be having any seminars, y'all. This is not a weekend of seminars and sitting and asking questions, except for our main event, which will be on, I'm sorry, let me take this out. I have too much running here on the page. Except for our main event on Saturday. On Saturday, Quest, brother, come on, sir. You're an hour late. Except for our main event that will be on Saturday. Um, it's on Saturday at 11 a.m. We're having our live camper conversation discussion Friday evening. So listen, in order for you to get the hotel information, you have to go to the link. Go to the link, register, and you will get all the information you need for the weekend, the full itinerary, the hotel booking information, to know where we're going to be, what we're doing, all of that. We're going to have a good time. I'm so excited about this weekend. This is our very first. This is our very first of many. We will have again Rachel and Jimmy Rogers, our relationship experts, on the panel. I still need some a female and a male single. If y'all have some information, y'all know some people who are good that can jump on there and be up there with us. We're gonna be passing the mic. That is our main event. We're going to do this live and in color together. But register for the weekend. Register so you can get the hotel information. Even if you live in the A, this is a weekend to get away from the house, get away from the kids. This is a marriage reconnection. We're going to have some games going on. Get away from the kids, the what you're used to. Get a room. You know how they say, when people kissing and touch on each other, get a room. Literally get a room. Get a room. So Saturday night after all the festivities, you can do what you choose. Either you can connect and maybe go out on that first date with your new boo that you just met, or your boo, your baby, your spouse, your significant other. Y'all can spend some time away together in your spot in your room. The ages for that week for the weekend, Charlene, is 21 all the way up. This page, we deal with 21 all the way up. There's some young people. My daughter made a point to me. She was like, the page really doesn't younger adults. It's more goes toward more 40s and up. And I was like, no, it doesn't, ma'am. No, it doesn't. 21. If you are 21 all the way up, because remember, you have to be single, dating, courting, married, divorced, or widower. This applies to you, then this is for you. This weekend is for you. Sorry, I didn't mean to put that back up. This weekend is for you. So the information is all over the Real Life Relationship Growth page. You can go there, but get registered, y'all. Registration closes the 14th. We have 5 days. Please go and get registered and be ready for this weekend. So, that we have shirts. I got some shirts made, y'all. Let me come up a little bit so we can see. Y'all can see the full shirt. We have this one. There are literally 5 shirts I have. We see the logos going on, but you got to get registered. You got to get registered. You can get any one of these shirts if you like to order, or if you like to get it when you come for the weekend. All right. All right. So I'm going to end this. I appreciate you guys being here. Had a great time. This was a wonderful discussion. Send your topics. Let me know what y'all want to chop it up about next week. And we will do that. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Bye. Good night.